Hi, I'm Andrew Armstrong and welcome to the back office Teardown Lab. We're going to be doing the Optimate again today because I found some parts, and the parts I found aren't going to repair it to factory, which you need one of those things, which I don't have. But these, and this is a white laptop AC adapter. I don't know why it's a white one. It's an interesting colour for one. It's a 12 volts output 5 amps, so I'm kind of hoping it's going to do the trick. So I've got two options here. We know that we got the general feeling that this thing is a 12 volts. It's got a 15 volt supposedly input, and I think it might be doing some wrangling there. But I think nominally it's probably 12 volts. I mean, just looking at the output thingy, I'm just going to go for a big guess. It is. I am just guessing, so that's fine. The idea is I'm just going to try to give it input from this, which is a 1.2 amps 12 volt power supply, which should be pretty beefy, and that should do the trick for me. So just going to check. Yeah, it is on. It does have power. So the first things first is I need to hook this up to that board, and I've got to hook it up in a reasonable way because I guess I'm going to try to mount it, you know, as a sort of centre positive, whatever it is, there on the back. There's an opening that almost fits, so I can just Dremel that out a little bit in a minute. But the first thing is just to make sure that it's wired up correctly. So I'm just grabbing my random power supply of Doom, which offers me unlimited amounts of wire of various thicknesses. So I've got to be careful of the gauge here. I'm going to go for the orange and yellow. I think those guys are pretty beefy here because they must be on the high current side of the PC. And you've got to be careful when you're doing this, and if you're using non-stand, just snip straight through that. Just snip through it like a, it's not. I tell you what, it's because it's cold in here. It's really funny. The insulation on these is super brittle this morning. Yeah, maybe I'm going to need some heating one day. Very simple job though. I'm just going to tin these, solder them onto the board. The Optimate shall live again. And I'm going to test this bad boy out today. Now I'm not really going to be trying to use it to recover, recover a sort of totally dead battery. I'm just going to use it to keep a non-dead battery alive. So hopefully it should work. I don't know if these are clever. Some chargers you see are quite clever, and they do little tricks like they instead of putting out 12 volts, for example, they might put out a little bit higher and then put out a little bit lower, and just generally, mess around with different patterns, which are supposedly designed to improve charging or recover a cell that's dying and all this sort of thing. But I don't think this one's going to be doing that. I think it's just going to be acting in a sort of normal sort of way. Right, so this is our power supply, and those are the two pins right there. So nice and easy. I'm just going to hold one to the one and one to the other. Ooh, got a bit of a snap there. Didn't like that, did it? Did anything come on? Did anything come on? I saw the LEDs flicker. That way. That's the way I think it likes. Although I'm pretty sure I saw that one come on a second ago. But anyway, that's fine. Orange to the front terminal. Orange to the front terminal. Yes, please. Just get that on there. A couple of fingers action there. Oh no, yes. There we go, nice. So I was thinking today of doing some car work. I've got that car with the radios that playing up, and all the radios are happy now, but other parts of the vehicle aren't happy, and it looks like it could be the iBus. It looks like, all that bloody fluffery. And I'm just not sure if I can be bothered. I might this weekend not do anything on a car. Look at that, that's lovely. So let's plug this in. Woohoo! Well, that looks good, doesn't it? I think in order to test this properly, we need probably a car battery. But before we test it properly, we might as well just box it up, because it's not. If it works or doesn't work at this point, it'll be nice to have it in the box. Okay, I'm pretty sure. No, that must be it. That must be that part. That's good. So far, I'm happy. Less happy though, because it means that the bit at the back isn't going to quite fit our hole there. So give me a moment. Let me go just sort of drill it out or cut this out, and we'll come back and finish it off. Gonna use this, which is the back office Dremel tool. Don't tell anybody. Oh, it's lost its lock. Now I was in TK Maxx the other day and almost treated myself to a proper new Stanley knife handle, metal with blades, and it even had a sort of mini Stanley knife with the same sort of Stanley knife type blades but in a mini format. But I didn't, because I'm not worth it. More. It wants more, a lot more. I reckon a good millimetre more. Oh yes. Oh, so close. So close. Yet so close. One more bit. Yeah. That tune, by the way, is I believe from the Teenage Mutant Hero Turtles on the NES, which I thought was a great game. Seems to be very maligned. Right, so we're ready to splop this in, and I'll probably glue this in once it's all. I'm happy with it all. So look, that's pretty good, isn't it? We'll just test fit it all. I'm not going to screw it. I'm not going to screw nothing in. And that's probably how it'll live forever. No, not really. I mean, if that works, I'm just going to araldite that. I might show you that. I don't know. You bored yet? You bored of watching me aralditing things, or do you just love the araldite? Oh, yes, sir. Please, sir, may I have 10 more? Boom. Plug that in. Oh, yeah. It's looking good. LED's on. So, to test that, yes. Showed off my strength there, ladies. Let's get the wires. Plus wire and a minus wire. What does it say? It's not saying much, to be fair. It's not saying anything. It's just got the on light on, and there is a possibility this battery's a bit daft. I'm just going to... It detects the negative, but it's not doing anything else. Now let's just check this battery. So maybe this whole thing was in vain, because maybe it does require an AC signal after all, because it's doing a magic trickery with it. Or it just means more voltage. The battery is saying 12.98 volts, so I suppose that's kind of okay in battery land. I'm just going to measure if there's anything coming off our charger wires. Our charger doesn't show anything, but it doesn't mean it doesn't do anything when it sees that. So what we're going to do is another little experimente, because I've got the bench power supply here, which does have more volts. It has way more, as many volts as you want, basically, and that's currently cranked up to 15 of our British volts. So let's see if I can get this on there in a configuration that will do something. I'm not seeing anything there, so I'm going to turn it around. Oh, because it's not on. Very clever, Andrew. Very clever indeed, sir. Now my hand is obscuring the on power, but it is on. The power is on. You can see that has got an on light there, but it's not doing anything of those LEDs there, which is a bit worrying. Let's try the other way around. Nothing. Just a polarity hit. Sorry, a current limit hit. So there you go. Doesn't work at all. Back to the drawing board.